Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is super exciting. It is in partnership with Colourpop. I'll be sharing my favorite Super Shock products with you guys. We all love Colourpop on this channel, so this partnership is really exciting. If you guys have been following me for a long time, you guys know how much I love the Super Shock products. I always talk about how underrated they are. I feel like they don't get enough love, and I'm super excited to share my favorites with you guys because I really do love these products. And like many of us, I'm sure that this was one of our first purchases from Colourpop, like way back when. I'll be talking about some of the Super Shock shadows, the blushes, and highlights. I had to narrow down some of the shadows because I did have a lot. I did pull a few right here, and by a few I mean quite a few. Talking about my favorites, I'm going to show you guys some tips and tricks on how I like to apply them, because I feel like a lot of times people don't like gravitate towards the Super Shocks because they're not really sure like how to use them, especially like the blushes and stuff. So also insert some clips of me applying the product as well, just so you guys can see like how they go on and how I like to apply them and stuff. Also, as always, you guys can use my code, it's just KATRINA. It'll save you 10% off the Colourpop website, I believe. You can use it on almost everything that I'm talking about today, except for like a few of like the collab ones, but other than that, I believe my code should work on all of these. I also made sure to check if these were in stock before sharing them, so I believe all of these are in stock right now on the Colourpop website. Let's get into it. First thing I want to talk about when I'm getting into the Super Shock shadows is actually this little set. It actually came out during like holiday season, and this was the Dreamery Super Shock shadow set. A few of the ones that are in here are actually some of my favorites, so I wanted to share this one just because I feel like it is a good set if you want to start off trying someone that you've never tried before. It comes with 9 in here, and we have Ice Dream Frog, which is one of my favorites, Catitude, Lightning Bug, another one of my favorites, Solitaire, Set to Sun, Moonwalk, Dream Lover, another one of my favorites, and Decaf, another one of my faves. So there are quite a few of my favorites in this set, and it comes in a cute little vault like this, a cute little box. And like I said, this is a really good like starter kit if you want to like try them out for the very first time if you've never tried them before. Solitaire is so pretty too. It's in this set. There are a lot of good ones in this set, and I wanted to mention this one really quick. Getting into like the individual ones, I'm so glad I was like, please be in stock and please still have this on the website, because it's actually my favorite Super Shock shadow that they have, and this is the Flower Child Super Shock. This came out with the Sunflower collection, I believe. I can't really remember, but ever since it came out with this collection, I've been obsessed ever since. This is what I have on my lid right now. I love this one. A lot of these are lid colors. I really like these Super Shocks for all over the lid. I think that they are so underrated for that because I think they are so beautiful. They are so pigmented and intense and metallic, and if I ever want like something super metallic on my lid, I will always reach for a Super Shock shadow. Our Child is like the prettiest like champagne-y gold. It's like the perfect champagne gold that I always look for in like a lid color, and it's just one of those ones. You can really like build this up. You can put it on pretty lightly and it just kind of looks like a wash of shimmer on the lid, or you can build it up kind of like how I did, and it just looks so pretty, and I always get compliments when I have this all over my lid. So Flower Child is definitely like my #1 favorite Super Shock. My next favorite one is Drift, and I believe that this has been in the Colourpop catalog for a very long time. I believe I've had this one forever, but Drift is like the perfect like metallic burgundy. It is just so pretty, and I love to do this when I have like a smoky burgundy eye look all over. It is just so pretty, and this one is a satin. Flower Child is an ultra metallic. I'm gonna try not to talk too much about each one individually because I feel like I'll be here forever, but I just wanted to mention those ones. And this one I really want to mention as well and get a little in-depth about it. This is Slave to Pink. This has been a long one in the Colourpop catalog as well. This is so stunning. It is pink with a purple reflect, and this is truly one of like the prettiest Super Shocks that Colourpop has. I think it is so intense and metallic, and that shift of like purpley blue is just so stunning. Like pink eyeshadow like I do, this is a must-have. If you've never tried Slave to Pink, it is Chef's kiss. Also insert swatches of all of these after I'm done talking about each category so you guys can see what they look like. Okay, the next one that we have is actually in a set. It actually came out with the like wine collection and I love these so much. I think I even mentioned this in the video. But we have Wind Down and Muse. I don't think these are available individually on the website, but the set is still in stock. Wind Down is so pretty, you guys. It is just like this beautiful dark burgundy with shimmer, like gold shimmer throughout it. It is literally so stunning. I love this color so much. This one is an ultra metallic as well. Muse is like a really pretty like rose gold wine shade. This is so pretty all over the lid. Obsessed. I love that little duo so much. Definitely recommend that little duo if you like burgundy eyeshadows. That whole collection was like one of my favorites, but yeah, that is so stunning. Next one is Deep Dive, and this has been one of my favorites for a long time. They've like repackaged this a couple times. This one came out with the, I can't remember what collection it was, but it's in that beige packaging, but this has been like a long time favorite. I think on the website they just have the normal one, but I have this one and I've gone through a couple of these. This is like the prettiest like dark bronze. It is just so beautiful, again with a smoky eye, and like this just all over is stunning. I love the shade. It's like the perfect bronze where it's not too dark, it's not too orange, it's not too gold. It's like the perfect bronze, and Deep Dive has been a favorite of mine for so long. The one that came, I think this is in normal packaging on the website as well, but this one also came in that same collection. This is Ritz. This is so pretty. I love this shade so much. This in like a cut crease or something is like the perfect like lid color. It's like this really beautiful like shift. It looks like champagne sometimes and then you turn it and it looks like a little bit more like a darker brown, and it has this really pretty like almost like a green tint to it. It is stunning. Ritz is, I think, is a popular one. I believe that one's been around for a while as well, and I remember that one being talked about a lot. Next one is Sequin. This has also been a favorite of mine for years. This is so pretty. This is a newer, I've gone through a couple of these as well. This is a newer packaging that I have. This is so beautiful. I think a lot of people that have tried the Super Shocks have tried this color, and if you haven't, you must. It is this beautiful like coppery, oh my god, you guys see how beautiful that is? It's like a copper with, it's just, I have no words. This is like one of the best Super Shocks that Colourpop has. You guys see the reflect in it? Oh. Millionaire is another one of my favorites. This has also been around for a very long time, and this was, I think, one of like my first Super Shocks that I ever got. Again, it's like a perfect bronze. This one has like a lot more shimmer in it, and it's just really beautiful. It's like a true bronze, and I love that. Those two together have been like favorites of mine forever. Last couple shadows and then we'll get into like the blushes, highlights. So these next two are from the Wild Thing collection. I can never remember like what comes out in what, but this is Free Reign and Run Wild. I believe I also mentioned this in the collection video, but Free Reign is so pretty. This is like a deep, rich, chocolatey brown with like gold shimmer throughout it, and it is seriously so stunning. This in a, again, smoky eye. I love to either use Super Shocks when you're doing like a smoky eye or like a nice like natural eye look with just like something really all over the lid, but Free Reign is seriously so stunning, and if you like dark smoky eyes, you need this one. And Run Wild, again, is just like a really nice like lid shade. I love this color a lot. This one is like a more like brown, like a lighter, I don't even know how to explain this color, but it's really pretty. It has like multicolored glitter throughout it, like a lot of like blue and purple and gold. It is really pretty. Next one is Party of Five. This one came out, I have no idea when this one came out, but this one is like rosy, reddish burgundy with like blue and purple glitter throughout it. It is stunning. And the last two, these are actually from Christy, Robbie Christie's collab. These are some of my favorites. We have Mycelium and Olympic. These are so pretty. Mycelium is, again, just like that perfect lid shade to just throw this all over the lid. You guys see like the reflect this has? This is so stunning. She did such an amazing job with this. I think this like is just, it is so pretty. Like, look at that reflex that it has. I can't. That's like one of my main reasons why I love the Super Shocks, is because like the way that the light hits them is like unbelievable. And then this one is Olympic. This one is like a lot more like frosty, and this one is so pretty to just throw on all over the eye. It just has like this, it makes your eye look wet. So this one literally, like with nothing else on, looks so pretty. Love those two so much. Those are my favorite Super Shocks. I tried to narrow it down as much as possible. I really do have a lot of favorites. I just think that they're just such an underrated product, and they can really like make your eye look go to like the next level sometimes. Like when you add them, it's just, I love these more than like just a regular shimmery eyeshadow, because for one, these also stay on the eye. Like once they're set, like they don't move, they don't like transfer too much, and they just add like this intensity that a regular eyeshadow can't do, and I love it. I know a lot of these probably kind of look similar, but like I said, I really like to just use these like on the lid as like lid colors. I love this one. This one again was Flower Child, and this is one of my favorites, and I just feel like it really just amplifies just even like a more natural look. I just have like one or two eyeshadows in the crease, and just this to the lid like really takes it to the next level instead of just like a regular eye look, you know. So talk about some products or some things that I like to apply them with. My favorite way to apply them is with my finger. I like to use my ring finger and just kind of either tap it on for a little bit more like lighter coverage or like lighter pigment. If I really just want like a lot of the sparkle to show, I will just kind of like tap that on all over, or I'll kind of just like swipe it for a little bit more pigment. Or if I'm doing like a half cut crease or something like that where I need a little bit more precision, I will like to use something like a little flat brush. One, it was from the Colourpop brush set that came out with the Stone Cold Fox collection. The little clip right here of me applying them. So like I said, I'll either apply them with my finger or I will use this little brush, and it really just gets like up into the crease where I want a lot of precision. And you can, if you're doing like a half cut crease or something, you can really get this up to like where you've cut it. I like to also use Super Shocks for my inner corner, so I'll use like this brush again for that. It's like the perfect little size. If you want something a little bit bigger, you can find something. I just personally like a flat synthetic brush to apply them. If you are going to use a brush, I would recommend a flat, like a really flat synthetic brush. We're gonna move on to the Super Shock blushes, another product that I think is super underrated, probably more underrated than the Super Shock shadows. A lot of times people don't really know how to apply these. I get a lot of questions asking like, what do I use to apply them? How do I apply them? Do they work on top of powder, like this and that? I have found that they work on top of powder and liquid foundation fine. I don't think they're super creamy like a regular cream blush that would like mess up the foundation or anything. They're not like a cream. It's again that same like Super Shock formula, so it doesn't really mess with powders or anything like that. It's not like super oily or creamy. I'm wearing the Colourpop Pretty Fresh. This is, if you guys know, my favorite foundation of all time, and it goes on perfectly on top of this. It just works really well. If you guys have been following me for a long time, you guys already know what my favorite Super Shock blush is, and that is Drop of a Hat. I have so many of these on hand because I'm always scared that I'm either gonna run out or they are going to discontinue it. And if they ever discontinue Drop of a Hat, I might actually lose my mind. I have two right here. I wanted to show you guys like what it looks like in the regular packaging, because I think this is the one that they have on the website, but I do have it in this packaging still. Drop of a Hat, I think this is also one of their best selling blushes as well. This is like hands down one of my favorite blushes of all time, not even just from Colourpop, just in general. This is like the most perfect blush ever. It is like a pinky, corally, warm with a lot of like gold shimmer throughout it. I love shimmery blushes. This is the blush that I have on right now. I'll insert a clip of me applying this later on, but yeah, so this one, if you guys have never tried Drop of a Hat and it'll work on your skin tone, I highly, highly, highly recommend Drop of a Hat. It is just like, it's just like the perfect blush. I love this color so much, and this is like the color of blush I always look for. This gives your face just a nice glow without being like dewy, like a cream blush, and it doesn't look glittery. It's just like the perfect blush ever. Another one of my favorites is Over Dramatic, and this one is a matte blush actually, but this one is like more of like a warmer orangey toned blush. I really, really like this one a lot if I want like something that color. The next two are actually from the wine collection as well, Cruel Intentions and Brute Flute. Brute Flute is like a pearlized. This one is a little dark for me, but if you take it really lightly, it is really, really pretty. And it just adds like a nice like mauve wine tone to your blush. If I go too heavy with this one, it is a little too much for me, but really lightly it is nice on the skin. So, and then Cruel Intentions, this one is a matte one. And if I ever want something with like a more like burgundy kind of blush, this one blends out really nicely. I do find that, you know, sometimes they are a little scary because they do go on a little pigmented, but they blend out really, really nicely. Like that one went on kind of pigmented and then it just blends out to this really nice like rosy tone pink blush. It definitely has like a lot more like berry tone to it, but it's still really pretty on the skin and they build up nicely. I will never go that intense, but this one I feel like can work on a lot of different skin tones. Last one that I have is Between the Sheets. This one is an old favorite of mine. This one is like a more like mauve color. This one I think is almost like dried out. I've had this one for a really long time, but this one is just like a really nice subtle like mauve toned blush. I have it right here. It's really, really subtle. It's a matte formula, and this one is just really pretty. I think I need a new one of these because this one is like really, really old. I probably shouldn't still have this one. It's probably expired. I had that for a really long time, but I used to use this one a lot, but it's really pretty. It's like a really just like nice, subtle blush. And I wanted to mention how I like to apply these Super Shock blushes. So I like this old Colourpop brush. I don't think they have it anymore. This is the F9. It came out like years ago. But any like little duo fiber brush is my personal favorite way to apply them. And also this brush as well. This is the F30 that came out with the Stone Cold Fox launch, that one. This is the F30 and this is just like another synthetic like blush brush. Synthetic brushes will work perfect with all of these Super Shock products, so just always look for like a synthetic brush, but both of these are like my favorite ways to apply them. I'll insert a clip of me applying the blush here. But yeah, these two I really, really like to apply those products, and I just feel like it goes on really well. It doesn't leave it like patchy. You can apply them with your fingers. I personally don't like to apply them like that. I just feel like it never goes on the way I want it to like that, but you can if you really, really want to, just like something really fast, but I personally just find it easier with brushes like that. So the last couple products that I have here are the Super Shock highlighters, and I have a couple. My favorite one, and this was like a recent release too, but after it came out I literally have not used like another Super Shock highlighter. This is Seismic, and this highlighter is so good. I have it on right now. You don't have to put it on as intensely. I kind of like sheared it out a little bit, but it can go really intense, and this one is just absolutely insane. This is so pretty. It is almost like when you swatch it, it looks like it's going to be really frosty, almost a little too cool toned, but I find that once it's on, it doesn't really look like that. It really just looks really, really pretty on the skin, and I absolutely love this highlighter. This is like one of their best. You can even see just like when the light hits it like that. It's insane, but I love this Super Shock highlighter. It is so, so good, and they knocked it out of the park with that one. And my other two are actually some older favorites. If you guys have been like buying Colourpop for a really long time, you guys will really recognize these names. I have Lunch Money and Wisp. They're oldies but goodies. I just find that these are still like some of my favorites. This is a pearlized finish, and it just looks so beautiful on the skin. It doesn't have any glitter in it. I will say Seismic does have some glitter in it, but I don't think it's like anything too crazy. This one doesn't really have glitter in it at all, and it just like looks so pretty on the skin. I can't get over it. This was like my absolute favorite before, and I still use it till this day. And then Wisp is another like oldie but goodie, but it's just such a pretty highlighter. This one is a little bit darker, so if you have like more of like a tanned skin tone, if I'm a little bit more tan, I can make this work. I feel like it's a little too dark for me right now, but this one is just so pretty. And like I said, if you've been like following Colourpop forever, you guys will recognize those names. But those are my three favorite Super Shock highlighters. But yeah, Seismic is still like my number one. I forgot what collection that came out with, but I've been using it ever since, and it stays in my top drawer next to Drop of a Hat because those are like my favorite. But yeah, those are my three favorite Super Shock highlighters. I do have some other favorites as well, but those ones have been long gone, but they stay back there in that drawer. I have a whole drawer of just Super Shock products because I love them so much. Also wanted to say, to apply the Super Shock highlighters, I like to either just use my fingers and kind of blend it out with a brush afterwards, or just using my fingers by itself works fine too. This brush is the F33, again, another one from that Stone Cold Fox brush set. I forgot what the name of it is, but it's the one that came out with that collection. This is a little highlighter brush. Again, a synthetic little fluffy brush will apply it really nicely. I just feel like this like fits right on top of the cheekbone really perfectly right there. Show a clip of me applying it right here, but yeah, I feel like this doesn't pick up too much product either, where like you can really build it up. Those are all of my favorite Super Shock products. I'm super excited to do this video because I feel like the Super Shocks really truly do not get enough love, and I hope that this has introduced you guys to some products. Maybe pick up a few and try them out, because I really love the Super Shocks, and I wish more people talked about them because I really do feel like they're an underrated product. I feel like before, like, Colourpop's eyeshadow palettes came out, these were definitely like go-tos for a lot of people, but ever since the palettes have come out, I feel like these have kind of got lost. I really just hope that this like introduces you to them again. So thank you to Colourpop for partnering with me for this video. I'll link everything that I mentioned in this video down below. I'll also link what I'm wearing as well. I think I have a full face of Colourpop on right now, so I'll put that down there for you as well. Leave me a comment down below. Do you guys like the Super Shock products? What is your favorite? And if you've never tried any, are you gonna try any out now? Are you intrigued? Yeah, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Anyways, I hope that you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I do a lot of Colourpop on this channel, so if you guys love Colourpop just as much as I do, make sure to subscribe down below. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.